Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood, hop a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. But I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind. I know I butchered the hell out of that song. Sorry, Billy. Who doesn't love a good NYC-based crime story? Who doesn't love a good Billy Joel song? But we ain't here for Billy right now. We here for 50. Let's hit this one last time, for last time's sake. They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light city life, I gotta make it, this is where it goes down. Yeah. Back for that series finale, episode recap of that good Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 4, Episode 10, entitled Ghost in the Machine. Welcome to Grown Movies and TV. I am your humble and most honorable host, Real. And this episode is brought to you via way of Sony visuals and some random alcohol. I don't even know what I'm sipping on tonight. Whatever's in that canister, that's what we going with. And Coke, Diet Coke, cause I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Old school. Here we go again. Let's just get down to brass tacks, shall we?
House music.
So we start this episode off back at the scene of the damn crime. The blood-soaked wedding reception. Tejada kids sitting heavy with the loss of their mama. Paramedics carrying hella bodies out that joint, bagged and about to be toe-tagged. DTs come up in the spot, snooping, trying to detect what the hell just went down, as you would expect. Kane and the 2 Live crew ain't talking though. You know how it go, especially when you gonna be on that get back. They like the bodies was on the floor when we got here. They on that those that know don't tell, and those that tell don't know. Eventually the Tejadas are allowed to piece up out of there, and piece up out of there they do. Come home from all the action, get to bickering, blowing off a little steam, you know. Since they couldn't shed no tears, you know how Hard Rocks do it. I ain't seen not one tear shed up in that joint when them DTs was asking them questions. You know how Hard Rocks do it. Kane accuses the 2 Live crew of wanting Monet dead. Said this may be what they wanted all along. He on that dumb shit. But Drew sets the record straight. Said if Kane wasn't busy playing house with Noma, you know, trying to get at her fish and chips, trying to butter her crumpets, Monet would still be here. Said Monet went up in that piece strapped like Jane Bond. Strapped like Jane Bond, looking like she was going on a carnival cruise. For him. So she dead 'cause of Kane. And Kane kinda agrees. And they decide to let the past be the past. Come to an agreement on one thing. That Noma gots to go. And they get on that family business. At some point they get word from their crew that they got eyes on Noma. And the siblings and their crew of killers get to riding. Run up in Noma's spot like the hood A-team or some shit, dressed in that all black, that ultra black. Get to sending all types of cats to the crossroads, you know. Boom, 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 boom. At some point they come across Anya, who tells them Noma ain't there. And they choose not to lay Anya organs down, but do choose to take her ass up out of there. Adult napped. And they choose not to lay Anya organs down, but do choose to take her ass up out of there. Adult napped Anya ass. 'Cause they figure Noma can't leave the country now, not without her baby girl. And they piece up out of there. Meanwhile, Tariq, Effie, and Brayden still got Carter tied up in the warehouse. This cat is like the most annoying captured mofo ever. He up in there antagonizing Tariq, asking to be beat in the head, slapped in the mouth, all of that. They up in there trying to figure out their next move. He up in the chair like a child desperate for attention. He like, Tariq. Tariq, what you gonna do, player? I'm waiting. Somebody needed to kick his goddamn chair over. Let him deal with his situation on his damn side. Face parallel to and touching that cold floor, 'cause this mofo was hella brash, still running his mouth. Tells Tariq if they keep him here, NYPD won't stop looking until they find him. Says if they put him 6 feet under, well, that little Zion tapey tape, well, that's going viral. Like this mofo got folk clocking his movements or some shit. Like folks is checking for him 'cause he ain't come back from damn confession. But you know, Carter playing the hand he got. Bluffing ass that he is, 'cause that hand is full of non-face cards with no pairs. He like, so what you gonna do? I guess he expect Tariq just gonna uncuff his ass and set him free. Just then Tariq get a call from Davis. Davis looked like he was in the bathroom or some shit. Looked like he was about to take a shower or something. I don't know why a player would be in the bathroom making that call. I do know that I digress. Whatever the reason, he hit Tariq up. And Tariq tells Davis that Carter got the video of him and Brayden Montana making lunch meat out of Zion. And in turn, Davis tells him that Monet now sleeps with the fishes. And it's likely that Noma did it. Tells Tariq he needs to get something on Carter to level the playing field. Tariq like, bet. Hangs up. Then he, Brayden, and Effie devise a little plan to get into Carter's spot. Get the tape and destroy it. Now the whole time Carter's mouth was just reckless. Like he like one of them cats that don't know when to shut the up. Like if you told him say one more word and I'ma take a finger about you, you'd end up taking his whole goddamn hand. At some point you just have to off that mofo. He's sitting there playing games, asked Tariq if he could massage him up. He like, why don't you hook a player up with a little shoulder rub? Cause these cuffs kinda tight. He like, why don't you hook me up with a rub, player? Minus the tug. Cause my cuffs is tight. And I'm a little stressed right now, you know. Tariq looking at him like, mofo, what? Meanwhile, Effie and Brayden take Carter keys. And they run up in Carter's spot. You know, go to his crib looking for the tape. Effie get to hacking on the laptop. Brayden nosy ass get to rummaging all up and through Carter's bedroom like he hoping to find some random stash of coke or some shit. Instead finds a random mannequin head named Sheila with a damn wig on it. Looking back at his ass on the damn dresser. Oh, Sheila. Like the wig must have been hella special or some shit. You know, apparently this was not a wig. You just stuff in a damn drawer. No. This wig need a head under it. Needing a mannequin head to place the wig on is crazy. Carter was on some other shit. He had a gang of 90s and negligees hanging in the closet. Shoe rack full of high heels. Brayden like, you think he be wearing this shit? Let me find out Carter was on some Big Mama's House 4 and shit. Without Big Mama. Old Norman Bates ass mofo. Effie finds access to the video on the computer, but realizes it's probably kept at a central location in his office. Like you can't delete it from his PC. Also finds some info on Kamal Tate's death. Sees Carter got an interest in his file for some reason. And that something ain't right. Because the file said his death was due to a Russian hit job. But Effie was there when Carter's task force ran up and took the Russian cats out. So she knows something ain't right. Senses this may be their leverage on Carter, hits Tariq up, shares what they got. And Tariq goes back to Carter, goes on a little fishing expedition. Starts pressing Carter about his wife. And after a few mouth slaps and verbalizing some of Carter's dirty deeds, brings up Kamal Tate. Once he does that, he realizes he might have something here, because Carter seemed a little shook. Figures he needs to catch up with Davis to get this thing to stick, get a little more out of Carter. Meanwhile, Brayden and Effie come back to the spot, and then he pieces out to meet up with Davis. Comes back after a little bit, after meeting up with Davis. Shares with the team some ballistics info on the Kamal Tate killing. And now they can prove that Carter pulled the trigger, not just on Kamal Tate, but others. Says they gonna send that to Rashad Tate, who Carter know will bury his ass for popping his brother. They like, so what's it gonna be, player? Now Carter ass look like he ready to talk. He like, what you want though? And they tell Carter they want to walk away. No video sees the light of day, and they forget this happened. He agrees, and they let him go. Hold up, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. I'm getting a little low. One sec.
As I walk into a party, talk to a hottie, I can see jealousy from b-boy busybodies, scoping me up and down, looking all around to see if I came alone in the wrong part of town. Brothers flip, I must practice.
All right. Back to business. Now going back a little, before Anya got snatched up, Noma and Chin were planning to make their escape, piece the hell up out of Dodge. Had a flight scheduled for later that day. But Chin like, we need to get up out of here now. I like little Chin, you know. Noma. He takes another opportunity to let his sister know how much she been f***ing up. Tells her, like, all of this is her doing. She like, well, if you had the balls that I do, maybe we wouldn't be here. He silently agreed her balls were much bigger. And she moves on to the other room to see what's going on with Anya. Cause she up in the other room dropping all kind of F-bombs. Noma goes over, tells her they about to be on that midnight train to Lagos. Oh, we're leaving on that midnight train to Lagos. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. Anya ain't feeling that at all. She ain't getting on no midnight train, plane, automobile, none of that. Persists to drop some F-bombs on Noma. She'd have been looking like the goddamn Elephant Man if that was my goddamn child. I'd have had my son looking like Rocky Dennis up in that bitch. He'd have been looking like goddamn Chunk from the Goonies. His ass would have been looking like Chunk from the Goonies. Rocky Road? I'd have tore his ass up, cursing at me like she Popeye the Sailor Man. I don't care what the situation is. We gonna maintain a certain level of respect up in here. That's the respectful thing to do. Noma like, get your things, love, we leaving. She like, hell nah, I ain't going no motherfucking where. Hit Noma with that no doubt. It's my life, don't you forget. She like, my life is here. She ain't feeling none of that. Calls her mama a liar, a tyrant. And they have a little moment. Noma takes a second to give Anya a little history lesson about how she got in the game. How she came to be who she was. Said she had to take out anybody who got in her way, including her father. That's some truth for your ass. That little statement was the nail in the coffin for Anya, too. She ain't going no goddamn where at this point. Not with Noma, chin, neck, ear. Noma like, damn that, you going. If I got the UPS ground ship your ass, you going. At some point, Chin and Noma leave out to get the passports. Make that last minute run before getting gone for good. Leaves Anya with her thoughts. Some weak-ass henchmen. And eventually, her captors. Because when they get back, Noma and Chin, as we already know, all Chin and Noma find is spirits. And I'm not talking about the alcoholic consumable type. I'm not talking about these spirits here. I'm talking about their whole crew laid to rest. And of course, Anya gone. And we see the broken dynamic between siblings on display once again. Between these two siblings. Because I know good and goddamn well, if it was your niece or mine, Ain't no way we would have been talking about hopping on no plane leaving little Niecy behind. No, no, no. But that's the time Chin was on. He like, come on, we'll find her later. Like she was a missing sock or some shit. He like, we'll find her ass later. Let's go. Let's go, Noma. Noma like, that. I ain't going no motherfucking where. Cut back to the Tejadas, who are now regrouping now that they have Anya in their possession. Calls up Tariq and the crew, and they come down to meet up with the Tejadas. Look like they at Zion old cage match joint. And the 6 of them get a little rap. Tejadas tell Tariq they need his help in getting Anya to talk, so she can give up Noma's location. Tariq like, bet. But in turn, he wants their help in getting into the police station and deleting the Zion execution video. You know, he can't have that lying around. That's where Drew's connection to Carter comes in. They both decide they could do something for each other, and they do. So Tariq goes into where Anya is. They had Anya ass up in solitude somewhere. She don't know if he a friendly face or other. Get to asking him a million damn questions. She like, Tariq, what you doing here? Are you involved? Are those Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing? Anya had mad questions. Tariq hit her with a nice version of, shut the up and let's roll before they come up in here and lay you down. And he uncuffs her, and they exit stage left, hand in hand. Bust through a door to some sunlight, hop in the Range Rover that awaited outside, followed by a huffy Kane, who threw up a couple shots at him, to make it look real. And they piece up out of there. Tariq like, okay, now where should I be taking you? Where your mama at? But Anya like, nah, little player. Not till you tell me what the is going on. And he tells Anya that he works for Noma. And they get a little rap connect on the fact that they both kids of drug dealers. Talk that thing out a little bit. Now Anya ain't really feeling like she want to be with her mom right now, but eventually gives Tariq an address to a drop-off spot. And he takes her to that drop-off spot. She get out the whip. They exchange a few more words. Look like their little love life has come to its end. To all of our damn surprise, a tragic end. Anya started heading up to the house. Electronic gate opens, Noma comes out, heads down the steps to grab her little baby up, her little boo. Anya headed up the steps, slightly happy to see her mama again, after her ordeal and all. But before they get to hug, before they get to connect, here come old Dirty Die. Popped off and put 3 or 4 in Anya back like she had a goddamn sniper rifle. Them shots sounded like sniper shots. Tore Anya little ass up. Noma being all sweet, she like, Anya. Then that sniper rifle go off. Like, poof, poof. Like the gun sound didn't match the gun almost. And as it hit Anya back, she did the slightest little twitch. Like Anya was walking, caught that shot. She was like, it was slight, but it was effective. It was like, sent Anya ass to the crossroads. Right in Noma grill. Dirty Die was not playing or missing. Not today. Had 2 hands on the gun and all of that. Kane like, what the f***? All kinds of gunfire got the sparking off. Die like, that's on my mama. For my mama. Noma out in that going crazy. Her Valentinos was slipping in the blood. It was almost 2 fatalities. Fatality. She almost broke her damn neck coming down them steps. Slipping in the blood, seeing her little boo get blasted on like that. Anya got blasted on. And that's the real. Noma had on that all white. I got vibes from the wedding shootout scene off of New Jack City. It seemed similar to that. Anya Burberry was tore the hell up. Her Gucci loafers went on their last loaf. Tariq and the Tejadas get back to the spot. Tariq like, what the f***? That was not the goddamn deal. Di was on one. She like, wasn't you the one telling me I need to learn how to revenge better? Got it. Took notes. Lesson learned, player. How'd I do though? Said it with her full chest. Cause at this time, this ain't the Di we saw with the bad wig on ringing Tommy Mama doorbell. No, no, no. Or sneaking round with Tariq, you know, wishy-washy, dirty Di. No, no, no. Let him know she beyond the dirty moniker now. That shit is passe. She on that diabolical Di shit. On some little Monet shit. On that little Mo. On that superwoman. Pun intended. They don't make many girls like me. No, no. Take a girl like me to get a guy like you to understand that girl. Get me to singing up in this some little Mo. Di done turned into baby Monet. She like, we got her. She gonna want revenge, talking about Noma. And when she come, that's when we go off with her goddamn head. Rock-a-bye, baby. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, while all the drama was going down with Noma and Anya, Drew rolled up in the police spot, recognized by Detective Nico. Tells Nico he want to talk to Carter. Drew get on his BI. Nico like, well, I ain't seen him. One detective says she just saw Carter going into evidence. So Nico goes to get Carter, and they put Drew in Carter's office to wait. Drew get the thumb drive out, laptop just sitting on the desk, powered on, unlocked, you know. Gets into Carter's computer following directions from Effie. Finds and deletes the video file. Meanwhile, Carter up in evidence, trying to get rid of evidence. Collect evidence, he trying to get rid of that. Evidence that Tariq spoke of, that could tie him to Kamal Tate's death. I don't know how he even let that sit up in there in the first goddamn place. Because this shit could tie him to Kamal, the Russians, and any other cover-up he affected. And he'd get run up on by Detective Nico. Nico like, yo, what up, player? Tells Carter that Drew in the office waiting for him. Now, they don't know if Drew knows about the setup or not. But Carter heads back to that office quickly to see what the is up. Because they know Drew mama dead. And now all of a sudden he here for some reason. Nico sees that Carter was snooping around in the Kamal Tate old file, which raises an eyebrow for Nico. Carter get back to his office with mad apprehension. He like, why you here? What do you want? Drew tells him he knows he worked with Noma to take out Monet. He like, tell me where she is. And after I end her life, we good. Now, I don't know how or why this would sound copacetic to anyone, but like I said before, Carter running out of good hands to play. Like he been out of chips. Ass betting for the last few hands now. And he tells Drew, okay, dead Tariq first. Then I'll give you Noma. Drew peace up out of there, connects back with the crew. Shares the good word that ain't nobody gonna get to see that Tariq and Brayden was all up in the video. Lets them know the file Carter had is forever gone. Wiped from existence. Also tells him Carter want Tariq laying horizontal. And Tariq get to scheming. Asks Drew to set up a meeting with Nico and make that call. Drew does. Nico tells Carter Drew sent him an address for Tariq. And roll through Carter does. ASAP like tip. Drew brings Carter to an open spot where there ain't no Tariq. So Carter pulls the gun on Drew like, what the is going on up in here? Just then Brayden comes out the shadow, pulls a gun on Carter. Tariq comes out another shadow, puts a second gun on Carter. And they get to talking the whole thing out loud. Carter like, what the is going on up and through here? I still got y'all by the balls, or have you forgotten? Tariq informs him that while he was trying to wipe away evidence, they wiped his laptop clean. And the file that got him and Brayden making salami and ham out of Zion ass. Brayden chimed in trying to verbally support his man Tariq on some yeah, what he said. You know, Brayden done off the mofo now. Got the gun on Carter. He like, what the f***'s up now? But Carter ain't feeling Brayden got to say. Gave Brayden all the goddamn heat. Like he was out of his league or some shit. Carter like, mofo, these other cats might give me a run for my money. But you, I will slap the dog out your ass. Just disrespected Brayden ass. Gun pointed at him or not. Like Brayden was out of pocket. Carter like, well, my task force out looking for me. Sounded like Myra from Martin again. I got men's waiting on me. They like, player, ain't nobody looking for your ass. You can't use that line no more. That line is over. Makes Carter an offer. Tells him he can piece the hell up out of here. And the evidence of him popping one in Kamal Tate gets destroyed. But they own his ass. And he do whatever they say now. And they don't work for his ass no more. Carter think this shit is Comedy Central hilarious. Admits out loud that the only piece of evidence that could put him down is the bullet. And he already destroyed that. Went up in evidence, copped that. They looking around like, not so fast, little player. We got the bullet. You too late. Tariq like, let's try this again. And this time I'll do you one better. How about we put all this on Detective Nico? Say that Nico went rogue. So now you got a scapegoat. You still do what we say when we say it. Now Carter been dealt some bad hands lately. Like all his chips are goddamn down. Got him to admit out loud that he was down with putting the blame on Nico. Making Nico the fall guy. tells him to give him the evidence, and he'll put the cuffs on Nico his damn self. Just then Nico come up out another goddamn shadow. These motherfuckers was some shadow boxing motherfuckers tonight. He like, oh, they gonna love your ass in lockup. And Carter got nowhere to run at this point. He is now fully up in the game, with only one thing left to do, and that's toot that ass up. He out of options. He about to be tooting that ass up for real. Hit that Tariq rant. He like, do you know who I am? I'm Detective Don Carter, goddammit. Having his training day moment. Turns out Nico gave Tariq and Brayden a bullet. Nico get to arresting Carter ass. He like, you know what this is. But he heartbroken, in disbelief, that this man, this player, he once considered his brother, would do him like that. Do his task force like that. Do other cops like that. And he take his ass up out of there. Carter ass still talking. Drew piece up out of there, heads back to Monet crib. Monet and Kane up in there plotting. Cause it's one down and still a mofo to go. It's actually a gang of mofos down. And they plan to book one of Noma jets to set that notification off, alerting her that a jet got booked for travel. She gonna think somebody booked a plane, like somebody would be dumb enough to book one of her joints after all this hoopla. She'll think they booked a plane, and with blind revenge come down to the hangar, and that's when they got her. And they booked that flight, and she gets the notification, and with that blind rage, that unbridled fury is ready to go. But Chin like, nah, we out of here. Tells Noma it's clearly a trap, clearly. He like, ain't nobody going with you. I can't do it. No can do. I can't go for that. Hit Noma with that teeth suck again. I ain't even going to try to do it. A shorter one this time, but he hit that teeth suck, let Noma know you on that bullshit. So a grief-filled Noma, staring at the booking reservation on her phone with hate, decided to head up to the hangar where the Tejada children hide and wait. They waiting on Noma ass like they got a goddamn tip coming. Kane tells them nobody shoots until they see Noma's ass. Just then Popo pop up, like a convoy of them bastards pop up. Look like Noma came down there, but with law enforcement company. Set him up. Like, wouldn't she be wanted for questioning from the wedding fiasco? I don't know. But roll with Kid and Play she didn't. Roll with 5-0 she did. And when the Tejada's peep was happening, Kane decides to stay and go through with the plan. Because at this point, ain't nothing in the world more important than making sure Noma catch one to the back of the head. And basically tells Drew and Di, I know y'all the 2 Live crew, but right now I don't want y'all to get live. Don't get caught up in this mess right here. Tells them this about to get ugly. On some Bubba Sparxxx shit. This about to get Bubba Sparxxx ugly. He like, if Bubba dies tonight, know that he was smiling. It's gonna get ugly, ugly, ugly. Goddamn Bubba Sparxxx. Kane ready to take one for the goddamn team. For his mama. Popo holler for them to come out. Drew and Di put the guns down. Come out of hiding with hands up. And they get to taking Drew and Di up out of there. Noma pops out one of them cop whips, bearing witness to the cuffing and arresting of the infamous 2 Live crew, Drew and Di. Noma out there with the stern, yet satisfied look on her face, a slight grimace like goddamn Rasputia on Norbit. How you doing? How you doing? You know, she was checking the scene out, making sure was going down according to plan, like it was supposed to be. Making sure the Tejadas were there, that the app ain't lie, that even though Chin was right, she got the upper hand. She wins. But she stayed in the open too goddamn long. Made some assumptions. Because while everybody thinking the roundup is complete, and only 2 Tejada children is out tonight, Kane pop up behind Noma ass, running his mouth, talking to his ex, his soon-to-be victim. But not for too long, not long enough for misfortune to occur, as usually happens. Puts one right in the middle of her forehead. Then gets to shooting it out with the popo. Somehow Houdini's out of that joint. Disappears without a trace. Next time we see Kane ass, he getting taken care of by Effie, who apparently got a doctor to patch him up in a hotel room somewhere. Apparently, Kane took a shot or 2. Tells him to stay low, but to keep his head up, you know. Not to show his face on those streets again, or on any street, as he's now a wanted man. Gives Kane the money she been saving for her schooling, and he takes that money. Sheds a little tear cause he know he wrong. He know his ass is wrong. Done made some bad choices. Now you would think all of this love, and it is love, would deserve a kiss on the lips, some loving or some like that. You know, something looking like a little Lionel Richie moment. You know, for their soon-to-be parting of the ways. Thanks for the time that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. I just butchered the shit out of Lionel Richie and the Commodores. It wasn't no Lionel Richie moment, but it should have been. It should have went out on that. It wasn't none of that. In fact, Kane gave her the same little sis granny kiss on the forehead. Granny kiss on the forehead he done gave her so many times before. Like she sweet old granny. Like she had a cold sore breakout on her lips. For the umpteenth time. Effie can't get no goddamn respect. He pieced the hell up out of there. Left her ass lonely like MC Shan. At some point, let Die know he made it up out of Dodge, 'cause Drew and Die out of jail on the strength of Davis for now. They back in Monet crib. Drew tells Die he headed to Paris to do his art thing, and meet some big Benz. Not the car, and not the goddamn statue, not the tower, not the clock. Some big Benz. Looks like Die gonna try to rebuild the drug business back up, which Drew wants no part of. And Die takes her place at the head of the Tejada dining room table, looking like she in position for a future spinoff or some shit. Meanwhile, as the cloud starts to roll out and dissipate over Gotham City, we find Davis and Perla meeting up with some familiar faces. Jenny Sullivan and Blanca Rodriguez. And they tell him Noma turned informant to save herself. Used the Tejadas as scapegoats. Told him Noma was playing the feds. And that the Tejadas were innocent. And they'll get on the stand to speak on all things Noma related. So they can put that nail in the coffin. On Noma, even though she deceased. They'll get on the stand and wrap their case up with a nice little bow. Davis tells them Noma was the big fish they were looking for. And that this is their chance for redemption. Got all the pins lined up to take that W, that win for once. Like, get this win. But of course they want Tariq. Davis slightly convinces them Tariq ain't even in this one. And if so, he don't know nothing about it. Sold it to him good. Told him they ain't know where Kane ass was at. Look like they gonna take this deal. Expected them to withdraw their complaint to the bar so Davis could get his license back. And get his license back he does. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Tariq closing shit down. Goes to visit his mom. Tells her she can come up out of Witsec now. She can come up out of hiding. He like, I came through all of them. The best of them. Dirty cops. Monet, the Tejadas, Noma, everybody. Tasha like, oh shit, so we going home now, huh? The thought of her getting up out of that damn Dollar General with Mr. Hands on is pleasing to her ears. He like, not quite. Tells her they gonna leave PA. They gonna leave the boonies of Pennsylvania. But they can't come back to NYC. Lets her know he trying to be the king of New York. And having her around and accessible is a liability that he peeps and can't afford right now. And they both make peace with that. Tariq get back on campus with Brayden and Effie, get back to some basics. Tells Effie she gonna run the college scene. She good with that. Tells Brayden he gonna run the club scene. Tells him he need everything to run through him. They not partners no more. No more partnerships. And Brayden ain't feeling it too tough. But he in. He and Effie both in. Because that's what they know. That's what they do. Next we find him meeting with damn Chin. Chin is the connect. Appears this meeting was set up through Davis. So bygones and those ties are really bygones. Back to business. Chin have been there looking like one of the brothers Johnson or some shit. Is it cool? Is it cool? Strawberry letter 22. Ooh, ooh. Tariq up in there trying to get them drugs. Chin like, why would I do business with a child? A young whippersnapper. I'd be asking the same goddamn Tariq like, shit. I'm doing the damn thing. My game is motherfucking Tizite. Tariq tells Chin hell he already got a network. Got the feds on lock, the college and club scenes locked down, legal minds, financial minds up in the game supporting his ass. He like, I'm a double what Noma was moving. He like, after this meeting, you won't even have to see my grill no more. I'll be like a ghost. If Chin would have hit Tariq with that teeth sucker, I'd have lost all my shit. And we end the series. We end the season with Tariq getting a call. Like somebody got a problem. Now, if you wasn't watching this until the credits started rolling, you might have missed this. All we know is the following. Tariq told whoever was on the end of that phone that they family for life. Assumption is that that's Tommy. Tariq tells whoever on the end of that phone he's still about that business, that lay him down business, and told whoever he was talking to that he on the way. You take that for what it's worth.